What's up, gamers and geeks? And in today's episode, we will talk about character alignment in Dungeons and Dragons and video games,
and how it can impact you and your NPCs that are playing with you. Stay tuned.
All right, Rick and I are coming off 3 episodes. This will be our final one for the day, but he came up with this and he wants to talk about alignments and how it does have an impact on your character and the NPCs that follow you in Dungeons and Dragons and video games.
Right. And specifically, me, I like to play paladins. I like to play lawful good, and there's been a few D&D parties where I've had people that have kind of conflicted with me that have been, I don't know that we've ever had a chaotic evil, but we've probably had neutral evil.
Yeah, we definitely have. By the way, I'm your host, Matt.
And I'm Rick.
And yeah, Rick plays lawful good. His favorite character class is a paladin by far, just like mine is always the monk. I mean, the monk or the rogue. And Rick has played paladins quite a bit, and he plays them perfectly because, I'm just saying he's always questing, like old school. He's questing for the Holy Avenger, but at the same time, if there is undead in the party, his first intuition is to kill it at all costs.
Right.
And what happened to your paladin this last adventure?
He got turned evil.
He got turned into the undead, a vampire, by his own son in the group, Hashirak. Turned on us all, gave us all vampirism, and now we'll have another party that needs to be created to stop them.
Yeah, maybe we will. I mean, that's been a long time.
All right. Well, no one wants to play the evil. Now, me as DM, I don't give a shit.
I mean, everybody was so pissed off about it.
Even as DM, I knew it was a long time coming. I knew it was coming, but hey, I can't say anything, man.
So specifically, we're going to talk about D&D, but we're also going to talk about RPG games. I mean, specifically Baldur's Gate 3.
Well, and just so you know, in Mass Effect, you have what's called the Paragon, which is the good path, and the Renegade, which is not.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, so if you have a lawful good character and a chaotic evil character that are playing in the same party, if they manage to actually be in the same party, there's a lot of choices that have to be made that can create problems in the party.
Right. And it does, and it creates a lot of conflict. The one thing I do in games that I've created that I haven't gotten finished yet, but we've done some test runs, like my game Dark Horizon, copyright, and Gift of Day, copyright. But in those that I've created, I don't give alignments. I just let the player play the character any way they see fit, because then it creates less conflict as far as that. Even though they have a character arc of someone being good and someone being evil, they're not restricted by following a specific alignment, and then they feel compelled that they have to follow it by causing some issues. Does that make sense?
Right.
So in my games, I don't put alignment out there. You just play your character the way you see fit.
Yeah.
But D&D is different.
Yeah, I mean, even when it comes to interacting with people or deciding who to fight, the chaotic evil, slice them all up, slice and dice, where the lawful good is going to want to be, they need to have a trial. They need to have, judgment. And, if the judgment is they go free, they go free. And so if you're dealing with somebody and then the lawful or the chaotic evil just goes, oh, guilty, wipes his head off, that right there is going to cause some drama within your party.
Well, sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some parties will have morale boosts or morale checks. Some don't. I don't necessarily have it, because the way I see it is our party members, everything that they've gone through, if something like that starts to lower their morale, then we have problems, because we've already faced everything under the sun.
When we play D&D and I'm a paladin, I'm going to start doing. Start going morale check.
You should. You could do it. And I'll be like, okay, everyone's got to do a morale check, and it probably based. I don't know how it based it. Not on charisma, probably wisdom.
Right.
But, but the thing is where you have problems, let's say you have a lawful good paladin or a lawful good cleric. They have the exact same beliefs. They worship the same gods. The only difference is one is using the god's magic, the other is using the god's will through their sword. And then eventually paladins are also gain cleric spells. But the thing about it is, if you have someone who is chaotic evil and let's say worships an undead god, how are you going to have a paladin or cleric in that party tolerating that?
Yeah. You would have to have a goal that, kept them both very focused on what are we at heading
Right.
for? What would the quest be about?
Right. You'd almost have to make neutral quests every time. And it's an unfair, I don't care about the DM. A good DM will adjust it. But it's unfair to other party members when you have such opposite ends of a spectrum of alignment. And then you have these party members that are kind of in between that really don't give a shit who does what, but they're kind of caught up in that conflict.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so hard if you literally restrict yourself to the alignment that your character. That's why I don't like alignments, because it avoids this altogether. Let's say we're playing my zombie survival game, Gift of Day, trademark. Let's say you have someone who was a police officer at one time before the outbreak, and then you have someone who is a prisoner who was literally probably in for life for murder, right? And let's say he was a savage piece of shit, pardon the expression.
The cop or the criminal?
Wait, the criminal, the criminal. Let's say you had a by the books cop.
Please forgive me if you're a cop, or I love cops. I worked with them.
Oh no, we backed the blue.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. No. I backed the blue 1,000%. He's had a bigger connection to him than I have. So
that was a joke.
No.
Bad joke, but
no. Well, I mean, there's corruption in everything. But what I'm saying is but then you both have the same objective in mind, regardless of your background. Maybe this guy's not going to go on a psychopath killing spree because he needs to stay alive, and he needs this group to help him stay alive, so he needs to help the group.
Right.
So, maybe he offers whatever skill that he had besides killing people. Maybe the guy was, a gardener or something. So, it's a difference in that kind of game versus Dungeons and Dragons, where it does compel you to literally act on your alignment. It's like the Deck of Many Things card, change alignment or be judged. I mean, it wants you to follow your alignment. And I don't find that very fair to other party members that have to be part of the conflict. You know what I mean?
What would be funny is if you had like a demon spawn and a paladin, and you have a neutral quest, but let's say they have to do something in the church,
mm-hmm.
or they have to do something in hell or something like that. It's the whole. One of them's going to have kind of a dilemma within themselves.
I'm going to put you on the spot. You're a paladin. Let's say you've gained some levels, like you're about an 8th level. You're starting to get up there. You're starting to gain your cleric spells. And you're getting powerful with your god. You're at 1 with your god. And let's say you meet a demon, a literal demon that was casted out of the hell, the plane of hell that he existed on, because he rebelled against the way they were evil. Even though he's not as evil as them, he's still considered an evil alignment, but he wants to help the party. And he's a demon, he's got the red eyes. What do? I mean, I know that it would take a while to trust, but what if he's authentically trying to help?
The quest, the goal would have to be strong enough, the purpose of the quest would have to be strong enough to tolerate him. I mean, if you're just going to get gold, no.
Right.
If you're just going to get some artifact, it would have to be, the world's going to be destroyed. We have to get this artifact to save the world. Then, and this person's going to help us to the goal, then you would tolerate it. But if the goal wasn't strong enough, his inclination is, this is somebody to be destroyed.
Right.
Don't you think?
No, that's why we stress to play the character how you want, even if you're still sticking to your alignment. If you don't kill him or her, if you don't kill the demon, but let's say that you realize that the demon has been genuinely trying to help you, and it helps your party succeed in whatever the objective is, and you guys are able to destroy evil together, and then the demon asks you, all I want is my freedom. What do you do? You're welcome.
I mean, you pass judgment on a demon?
Well, I mean, and it's hard not to.
Yeah,
It's a demon.
I mean, but what I mean by you're talking lawful. So the person's done good, but you don't erase all his evil deeds.
Right.
You know,
and there were some. Let's say
so-
that you're made privy to his past, dragging good souls to hell.
Yeah. So I mean,
But he's trying to repent.
the other piece to it is if you're a lawful good paladin, you've got an oath to keep.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So in order not to be an oath breaker, it's going to be dependent on what kind of god you worship and
Right.
you know what your oath is, because different paladins have different oaths.
I mean, if I were the paladin or the cleric, and that was my dilemma, I would go back to the city that I resided in with my cloister, and I would probably try to reach out, have the higher bishop or whatever reach out to the god in any way, shape, or form, and get the god's judgment on what my next move is.
Mm.
That way, you're still not acting against your god, but you know what I mean? I mean, because like if you're neutral, like, dude, this guy just ganked a bunch of shit with this. He's earned my trust. The guy saved my life.
Right.
I mean, so I'm not going to kill this dude. In fact, I'm going to ask him to come back next time.
Yeah. That's the conflict of having a lawful good character.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I hate alignment restrictions. I mean, like, it's like Baldur's Gate 3. You and I both played it. I played it once before, and now I'm going through it again, and you've played it like twice now, right?
Yeah, right.
Right. So, you know, you played the Paladin how many times?
Once, and then I did a dark elf.
A Dark Elf. Oh, Drow?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I played the Monk twice. Big shock. But in this one, I've made different decisions. So, I mean, in this one, it doesn't have you choose an alignment, though, does it? You just kind of act by a moral compass, right?
No, well,
Because I don't remember being told to pick an alignment.
well, on a paladin, you don't pick an alignment, but you pick a god,
Right.
and then who you take your oath with.
Okay, and then you follow that alignment under the god
Yeah.
that it is.
And so when I played the paladin, I had an oath, and then whenever if I killed somebody that I didn't pass lawful, I had to actually talk to the Oathbreaker Knight
Okay,
who was in my camp,
gotcha.
and then I could ask for forgiveness and pay him 1,000 gold, and it's
See, and I didn't even know that existed because I've never played a paladin.
Yeah.
That game's almost worth going through and playing every class.
yeah. So I mean, and so you either became an Oathbreaker paladin,
Mm-hmm.
or you paid the price and did the penance and retook your oath, and you know, to remain in that. So
That's a trip, though. I never knew that existed. I gotta branch out, man.
yeah. So I mean, it doesn't necessarily make you be a lawful good, but there was 4 different oaths that I could take, and they were kind of different degrees of whether it's
Right.
lawful or
Were some
neutral.
darker and some lighter then?
Yeah, there was dark paladin. You could be
Okay.
a dark paladin. So yeah,
That's insane. I may have to try it again on my 3rd playthrough. I might play a paladin for the first, because like I know that different things will happen based on the different classes that you choose.
yeah, but it does take you to the test if you kill somebody that you shouldn't have killed.
Yeah, that's
You know.
tough, man. Well, on my 2nd playthrough, my alignment's a little darker in this for my monk. In my first one, I tried to save everyone that I could. Everyone. In this one, I use I always play a vanilla playthrough first. Now there's mods for this game, so I'm loading mods for Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm a werewolf. And the mortal enemy of the werewolf is a vampire. And Astarion tried to bite me in camp. Remember that? I killed him. He's dead. I mean, I literally stake him, I gank him, and I take all his shit. And I'm a little darker. I'm not evil, but you know, as I always play, the mortal enemy to the liking is the vampire. So,
Right.
and then the Githyanki is, you know, Lae'zel. She's getting awfully close to getting ganked. I mean, I'm not lying.
And you can do that. Like my first playthrough, the choices you make for the Githyanki are very conflict a lot with
Yes.
with a paladin. And so,
It always says Laziel disapproves.
but the choices are. So my first playthrough, I didn't even get Lae'zel because I missed her on the map.
Okay.
So I didn't even realize where she was at. So
and
I
you can play it without her?
So I met her later where she was on the dragon. So she ended up, her path took her different. So I didn't even have that game. Get the Yankee story.
Did you even have to fight her at all, or
No.
Okay, because there's no Crash then.
Right.
Okay, so you didn't have the Get Yankee Crash to go get to try to get the tadpole out.
Nope.
Okay, so it was a different means. What was the? Do you remember the means without?
There was no storyline with her.
Okay,
So
but was there a different means to getting the tadpoles out then?
I didn't take any of the. At that point, everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take any. I mean, I had that Volo guy that wants to try it out with a freaking vine.
Yeah,
And
any the guy you rescue in the Goblin Camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the only way I got the tadpole out is by finishing the main quest.
Okay.
And I ordered. Spoiler alert! I ordered the brain to kill them all.
Okay.
So every choice I made was to the good.
Okay.
And so if I would have had the Githyanki in my party, it probably wouldn't have ended up very good anyway.
No. I remember watching one of your streams though where you made the wrong choice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was mouthing off to the. That was my second place.
Right. That was funny as hell though.
That was where I was being kind of a neutral, negative person.
A little cocky.
And it's like, why don't you kill him yourself?
Well, and
I'm not gonna do it.
and in this one, like I noticed that, what is it, Halsin, the druid?
Yeah.
If you don't attack the goblins, he's inside the goblin camp. But in my second playthrough, I just started mowing the goblins down. I mean, I wanted to make sure the grove was good, everyone was safe. I wanted to make sure that the other people that were part of the grove could leave safely. I just ganked every one of the goblins, and then when you do that, Halsin is already back in the grove.
Yeah. So when I played it the second time too, I know we're kind of gone a different direction.
Well, yeah, but still, this has to do with alignment and how we make choices.
But I didn't. I went to the Kresh first on my second playthrough where I did the Dark Elf, and so I did all that stuff, and then I went back through the Grove and stuff. And by the time I got to the Goblin Camp, Paulson was dead. I found a dead bear there.
But what does the Kresh ultimately do? Because I still never took that route.
Oh, that's where you end up going into the orb, and you have to try to. You have the prince, but that's the enemy. Is the one that's in the orb that keeps the tadpoles from.
But that's not the. But that doesn't get the tadpole out of your head. That's not like the end of the main quest.
Yeah, you have to make a choice as far as to whether to kill the guy in the orb or not.
Right, but when you go to her people to get Yankee for the Kresh, that's not the end. That's just a continuation, right?
It's just a quest, and I did it, but I don't remember what happened.
I don't either. I know I'm drawing a blank.
And so that's kind of what brought this whole topic up.
Yeah, no.
So when you're playing Baldur's Gate 3, which by far it's probably my favorite game that I've probably ever played right now.
I just released a video on both channels recently how it could be the best RPG of all time.
And so you can go through, play different kinds of characters. With mods, that even opens up other characters, I guess. But you can do what I did the first time and play everything to the good. And it takes the story a certain direction.
Right.
Or you could say in there, I'm a badass and I don't care about the rules or whatever, and make all your choices towards the negative, or however you want to do it. And it changes all the stories. I mean, it doesn't really change the main quest a lot, but it does change who's with you, how loyal they are.
Right.
And so the other thing is, on my second one, is I was a smart ass. I did a lot of stuff. So like, luckily I did get killed, but like instantly from choices that I made in dialogue, but it was a dialogue death.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah, she just fried me like that. But anyway, this guy ends up he just plays Shadowheart to the max and ends up doing the dirty deed with her.
Well, sure, that's kind of the direction my monk's going.
Which I didn't realize that was going to happen until, well, you need to take off your clothes. It's like, okay. Then suddenly then suddenly
You
there's
felt dirty, did you?
there's two naked characters rolling around in the grass.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
boy.
Yeah, I mean it's weird, but yeah. I'm having a lot of fun with that game. I played it a little bit today. There was a part where I had to make another moral choice based on alignment, or whatever. But I was going to get that one girl who wanted to bring her husband back, like as he was like
Oh yeah.
from the dead. Yeah, and you had to rescue her from that old woman. It was almost like a Hansel and Gretel thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that today, but yeah, that was pretty fun. It's a great game, and they're in the process of making Baldur's Gate 4, by the way, Wizards of the Coast. So
Nice.
little information there for you, yeah. So yeah, try Baldur's Gate 3, man, if you haven't. It's definitely worth it.
And it's probably worth a couple different playthroughs. I went searching for other games that had turn-based, because I really found with Baldur's Gate 3 I like the turn-based. And so I'm trying out a new game now. It's Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous.
Mm-hmm.
And
is it not quite up to par?
yeah, I've had people on my stream come in and say that it's got like 3 times the more content than Baldur's Gate, and it's their favorite game and stuff like that. It's just more old school.
Is it more hack and slash, less story?
No, it's got a lot of story, supposedly more story, but it's just the graphics and
Right, that's what. Okay.
yeah, it's more of an old school game, and I'm having fun with it, but it's probably not gonna.
Did Baldur's Gate 3 kind of ruin it for you?
Yeah, probably.
I hear you, man. Well, there you go, man. That's our opinion on alignments in video games and D&D, man. So yeah, tell us what you think. Tell us what alignments you like to play, what kind of characters, and please feel free to subscribe, like all that cool, fun stuff that you helped us out with. And Rick, I had a great day of recording, man.
Yes.
And thank you for coming over, man.
You're welcome.
I am outro.
Me too.